I'm Senior Airman Christopher Gere, and I'm a broadcaster with the 376th Air Expeditionary Wing Public Affairs Office at the Transitcentermanas-No. I've been in the Air Force for about 3 years. My home station is the Air Force Public Affairs Agency at Joint Base San Antonio. My main function is to tell other people's stories or give them a format to tell their own stories. And you basically show up, you catch them doing their job, you shoot what's known as B-roll of it, which is just all types of footage at various angles. So when you go back and you're editing it together, you have kind of some matching action, so it all flows nicely. And then I interview those troops while they're on the job. I kind of steal them away, ask them a few questions in detail, what basically I just filmed them doing. And they were probably of the mindset like, you just saw me doing all this, like how come you're asking me this? And I'm just like, well, yeah, I saw you doing it, but I don't know it the way you know it. And the people watching this don't know it the way you know it. The Transitcentermanas is my first deployment. The crowning achievement of this entire deployment was when I got the opportunity to interview John Oliver, which anybody who sees it, it is kind of the most awkward interview you'll ever sit through. But it was fun, and John Oliver is just as cool in real life as he is on TV. And he was a really good sport about it. Looking back now, I could probably look at it and go, you know, hindsight being 2020, I'm like, I'd do it this way, or I would have asked this, or I would have done this and this. I see all the things that are wrong with it, but still the experience was there and the experience was worth it. And I wouldn't have traded it for anything. When I graduated from college, I had a degree in cinema studies, and I had gotten really into documentary and the responsibility of handling information and making sure that it gets kind of told fairly. And I had always had joining the Air Force like in the back of my mind because my dad was an Air Force captain. I had a great idea of what I wanted, what kind of experience I wanted, because with my degree I had learned all of the aesthetics and theory behind film, but I didn't really get a lot of practice in the practical aspect of actually physically handling a camera and going out and shooting it. And I saw that the Air Force had this type of job. And so I just went for it. Like I needed to get that experience. Being in PA is really great. Just the aspects of your job afford you the opportunity to get to see the entire function of the service that you're a part of. Basically, the bigger picture is your entire focus. And you also see a lot more of the impact that probably doesn't get as much exposure, like the humanitarian assistance side and the onward movement, especially here, because that's the main focus of the transit center. Having the job of PA as a broadcaster, it's almost like having every other job in the Air Force as well, because my whole job is going and watching other people doing their job and being able to share their job with people who don't even know that job exists. So kind of being that conduit, it feels really good, and being able to inform people of how complex the service is quite the privilege that I'm extremely proud of.